If you're living in California, have you ever wondered if homeownership is a possibility for you today? Do you ever ask yourself these questions? How much do I need to make in order to afford a home? How much would I need to pay to get into a home today? So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how much you need to be making to afford a home like this, and then how much you would have to pay up front. So I chose this home in Buena Park, California. It seems like a medium price home, $795,000. Just to give you an idea, this is perfect starter home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. Looks like you could live there for the next 5 to 10 years, even whether you're a couple or a growing family, looks like you would be okay. And that's kind of what you want when you're buying your first home. You want to make sure when you're working with a mortgage advisor, kind of like me, what I would do is to make sure what your goals are. If you're looking to stay in the home for the next 5 years, 2 to 5 years, I think it's worthwhile to look at home ownership. But again, it just depends on your goals, and it's very important to make sure home ownership, the right time is for you right now. So we're going to move right along, and again, I'm just going to give you some numbers, and this is just for informational purposes only. This is not what you qualify for or anything like that. This gives you an idea of approximately how much you would need to come in with, approximately how much you would need to make to afford a home like this. But again, just giving you some ideas. So purchase price, $795,000. The loan payment on that loan is about $5,028. That includes principal, interest, and mortgage insurance. With any loan, whenever you're under 20% of down payment, you're going to pay mortgage insurance. This particular loan, I ran the scenario on an FHA loan because that's giving you the best options as far as the lowest payment available. Property tax is about $828 a month. That's with the general 1.25% in the county. It might be lower, it might be a little higher, just depending on the area that you're buying. But this particular home, 1.25 should be fine. Homeowners insurance. This is a big variable here in California. If you live here in California, obviously you know that because of our wildfires that we've had over the last 5 years, homeowners insurance is becoming very difficult, especially if you live in an area where it's considered more of a hazard. So I estimated about $200 a month. It could be less, it could be more, just depending on obviously even the history of that homeowner. If the homeowner's had many claims, that'll carry on with the property. So it's important to, once you get into that stage, we can talk about the homeowner's insurance process. But altogether, this is a good estimate, $6,056 per month. That's what you would be looking at, a $795,000 loan with a minimum down payment of 3.5%. Now, what does that look like down payment wise? Well, down payment minimum approximately is about $28,450. Closing cost, again, with everything including title, escrow, lender, impound account, all included, is around $14,000. Again, this is just an estimate for informational purposes. So approximately you would need about $42,450 to come in to close. Now, this could be from a savings account. This could be from a gift. Somebody can provide you a gift to provide the down payment and the closing. Also, you can withdraw from a retirement, a 401k. I know 401k loans allow you to take out a loan against it, so you don't have the tax penalties associated with withdrawing it. That is an option. Again, that would be another video for you to go over to see what those options are. But again, gives you an idea of the down payment and what the payment looks like. Now, there is other loans out there where they don't require, there's like a down payment assistance where they help you with the down payment. There's also loans with grants that go away. Most of them have a little bit more stringent guidelines. They're going to have either an income limit that you can make per household. They're going to be in a certain area that you have to buy in, or the interest rate is a lot higher and the guidelines are a lot tighter. The debt to income ratio is a lot lower to qualify on those. So there is no free lunch. You're going to pay for it regardless, one way or another. What kind of income would I need to make to afford a home like this, to actually qualify for a home like this? Well, using the general rule of thumb, 48% is a debt to income ratio, 48% of your gross income. That's usually what the maximum is going to be to qualify you. But again, it depends on your credit profile and everything else. But this is a good general rule of thumb. So if your payment is $6,056, then you divide that by 48, which gives you a gross amount of $12,617. That's the amount of income needed to qualify on a loan of this size. So that would be, if you and your spouse are combined, 12,000, and this is before taxes, not what you take home. So the gross amount would be 12,617, which is an annual income of about 152,000. Again, this is all going to be dependent on how many incomes we're using. If you're a W-2 employee, if you're self-employed. If you're self-employed, you're going to need to show a profit of 152,000, not the revenue amount. So that is what it's required to qualify on these loans, the actual profit of the business. What I see right now, I see quite a bit of, being able, because the affordability factor is high. I see combined households, 2 families buying into one house. I see people that have quite a bit of a down payment actually put least amount of down payment on the home and use the extra money to build an ADU. They convert their garage or part of the house and they rent it out, and you're able to make $1,800 to $2,500 depending on your market rent per month to offset that mortgage payment. So that is a popular option right now as well. So there is different ways to make it happen. Like I said, it's important to meet with the mortgage advisor, kind of go over your goals and see if homeownership is right for you. It's not just plain vanilla. Here's the payment. Here's what is your goal? What is your intention? How do you make this happen? Well, again, it starts out with a conversation and knowing these numbers and seeing the possibilities. And a lot of the people that I talk to, a lot of the customers that I talk to, sometimes they wait till the last minute and they fall in love with the house and they want to hurry up and make an offer. And guess what? There's something on their credit that pops up they weren't aware that keeps them from buying right at the moment. They lose out because they're trying to get all their documents. Maybe they're self-employed and they have 3 businesses and they're trying to get all these documents. They thought it was going to be really easy because they have cash and their credit is good, but it's not just about that. So that's why it's important to get pre-qualified, to meet with the mortgage advisor. It's going to pre-qualify you, get all your ducks in a row. And if it can happen right now, guys, the important thing is that we set up a plan for 3, 6, 12 months. Sometimes I've worked with individuals where it's been 2 years and they've been working on their credit, or they've been working on their income, or how they can make it happen. In fact, I just had a recent closing. I worked with the guy almost 2 years before we were able to get him qualified, and now he got into a house. Why? Because he trusted the process and he trusted the game plan and he followed the game plan. And it worked out for him. And sometimes that's what you need. You need to be persistent. But it all starts with planning ahead. If it can't happen now, we'll figure out a game plan to get you there. So anyways, I don't want to go too much in detail, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what it would take to afford a home in California. And I'm going to have my link below. If you want to reach out to me, schedule a one-on-one to have a conversation, please do so. I'll be more than happy to take the time to do that to see if homeownership is right for you. By the way, thank you for sticking to this video to the end. If you can also find me on Instagram at I am Sergio Hernandez. And if you go on to my profile at the bottom, you'll see a link. You're basically going to click on that link and it's going to take you over to the bottom where you can access a free home buyer guide. So maybe you're not ready to set up a one-on-one consultation. Maybe you just want some information. This is definitely the way to get it, and it's free, and it's going to be loaded with quite a bit of information that'll help you start out the process and the planning for the future. Hope this helps.